today we're going to be reviewing Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery, directed by our good old friend Rian Johnson. Now, if you know me, you know that I am honestly not a big fan of Rian Johnson, especially after what he did to Star Wars. Now, don't let that dissuade you from my opinion, because I watched Knives Out probably way too late after it came out, and I thoroughly enjoyed that movie. It was actually really good. I really appreciated what Rian Johnson did there. And I can honestly say the same thing for A Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. I hear that Netflix is kind of doing their own thing with a Knives Out franchise. This is a original series, an original film. It explores a lot of storytelling that we don't really quite see in movies these days, honestly. The plot of Glass Onion, that's something that I can't really touch too much on, other than the fact that it's basically a movie about a bunch of millionaires being invited to a private island for a murder mystery party. And other than that, I can't really speak too much about the film itself, but clearly some stuff happens on the island and our favorite detective is on the case. That's all I can really let you guys know. I know I say this quite a bit, but if you go into this movie completely blind, you are going to have a great time. It really takes this amazing paced first half of the movie into this really weird nest of wires and strings that ultimately come undone into this beautiful picture. I'll put it that way. Anyone who's seen the movie, you get it. Every character in this movie is your typical rich bad guy. They're set up really, really well. You start out with these characters in the very beginning of the movie, wealthy elites that you really don't care a whole lot about. I ended up caring a lot about this group of billionaire people. They eventually do fall off to the background, which is kind of the essence of a Knives Out plot. They did a really amazing job establishing each and every one of them. They were very much your modern cliche take on pop culture today, whether it's, people getting canceled on Twitter or, politicians that you see on the news, things like that. The Elon Musk type. Daniel Craig was also just phenomenal throughout this movie. I didn't like his accent in the first movie. Won't lie to you there. I thought his character was too eccentric for me, but by the end of the movie, I ultimately did fall in love with Daniel Craig's character, accent and all. I thought he was phenomenally written, and he feels like a person, from real life that's just kind of being brought onto screens. There was another actor in this movie that stole the show for me, and that was Janelle Monáe, I want to say is her name. Sorry if I'm butchering that. She played this really amazing dynamic character. I can't really talk about her too much as it kind of ruins the end of the movie and the plot overall. I really enjoyed a lot about this movie. The camera work was probably one of the things that I picked up on the most. It was almost of a character in its own right because of the nuances it did while, making the establishing shots, while pinning down the reaction shots, and then the musical cues that really escalated those nice camera shots, the camera movements, plus just the characters and the really well-written mystery. This movie was really made for someone like me. Now, if we had some really good character development thrown in there and the characters weren't as cheesy as they were, the characters are very, very cheesy, I think this movie would have been honestly the perfect movie. It's really close to being 10 out of 10. It's really close. There are a few other things that I didn't like about it, such as parts about the ending, which I can't really get into. And yes, it does borrow a lot from the previous movie, but I think it does so in a way that makes it, its own property. This has its own flavor, and it brings that into each movie. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a Knives Out story. Glass Onion, it was a really good time, and I honestly recommend everyone go check it out in theaters. It's only in theaters for about a week from at the start of November 23rd. And that's coming on Netflix sometime in the end of December, I want to say. But I really, really want to implore you guys to go check out this movie in the theaters, because you are telling Hollywood with your money, we want to see more movies like this. We want to see more movies that are well written, that have really great twists, that have really fun characters. Everything is just shot beautifully, and it's not some kind of generic superhero movie like we've been getting for the last year. Other than Black Panther, everything else has just been kind of weird. I need to see more movies like this. And I mean, The Whale is coming out, and I have not seen any promotional material at the movie theaters for The Whale. And I think that needs to be done. We need to see more trailers for that movie and movies that are well established. I mean, I'm only saying that because of the amazing standing ovations that the film received and everything else behind the movie. The story, Brendan Fraser's story, just the actors, Sadie Sink's in there from Stranger Things. So, I mean, little short snippet. If you haven't heard of The Whale, go look up a trailer and get hyped. Glass Onion was a great movie. I had a great time at the theater. It was a fun experience. I loved it. Highly, highly recommend you guys go check it out in the theater. Thank you guys so much for watching my movie reviews. If you guys want to watch more movie reviews, we'll be posting more in the future, so be sure to hit the like button. Comment down below, what did you like about the movie? Are you excited to see it? Are you gonna go see it in the theater or on Netflix? And if you have seen it, tell me what you think about it without spoiling the movie, preferably, because we want other people to experience it, like, and take on the full ride of A Glass Onion. Go check out Glass Onion, highly recommend it, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.